Hi, Candy Flames here today with another Yankee Candle chit chat and review, and today we are talking about Cherries on Snow. So this is another returning favourite. So welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new to my channel then welcome. I'm pleased to have you here. I hope you've had a good week, whatever you've been up to, and that you're all well. So I'm going to dive straight into the description here from Yankee Candle, which I have to say is a very good description of this candle. So we have an enchanted sparkling blend of bright juicy cherries with sweet almonds and an icy freshness. Now, sometimes with these descriptions, they're a bit far-fetched and they sort of do a little story and, you know, I like all these little descriptions, but they're not always what the candle's about. This is sparkling blend of bright juicy cherries with sweet almonds and an icy freshness. Honestly, they've really nailed it with the description there. So I'm going to go on to the notes first. We've got the top notes of fruit, cherry, almond, sweet citrus, mid notes of spicy cinnamon, tart cherries, and a base of musk. So as far as Yankee Candle go, this is actually quite a simple one, isn't it? Because sometimes they chuck loads of notes in there, sometimes almost too many, I feel. But this is nice and simple. So I'm going to go on to the looks of the candle first, and I love it. I mean, to me personally, I love red candles and they look very Christmassy, but I just love red wax. The label there, you've got cherries on snow. The candle's called Cherries on Snow. So again, Yankee Candle, 10 out of 10. You've nailed it. It all comes together. It looks very vibrant, you know, very sort of enticing, doesn't it? Brilliant. You know, they very rarely, like I've said before, get this wrong. So yeah, 10 out of 10 on the looks. So what do I think of this? Well, just to say, by the way, I have looked at reviews out there, as I always do. This is a popular one and I can see why. Everybody seems to really like this one and they're glad that it's come back as a returning favourite. And yeah, I can definitely see why. So, excuse me, the top notes here, yeah, the cherry is the most dominant note, which obviously you want. If you're buying a candle called Cherries on Snow, you actually want it to smell like cherries. So it does. It smells of cherries. You can pick up the almond. I'm not so sure on the sweet citrus there. Not sure on that one. But I do get the cherries and the almonds. That is the most dominant note here. There's a pinch of spicy cinnamon. And it says tart cherries. And the base of musk. You can get the musk coming through there. Now, it's a very clever scent to me. It smells cooling, sparkling. That is a good way to describe it, sparkling. And there is no, by the way, because when I say cooling, it's hard to explain, isn't it? When it's cooling, it's just fresh. You can smell them cherries and they are tart cherries and you can just get this freshness with it. But for people out there that don't like the eucalyptus and the peppermint, because quite often they have them in the notes, don't they? Eucalyptus and peppermint when they're trying to go for this cooling effect. And no, it doesn't have none of that in there. So, you know, if you don't like peppermint and eucalyptus, you're perfectly safe with this one. It's just hard to explain. There's a freshness with it, with real tart cherries. There's this slight Christmas vibe with, I think that's obviously the cinnamon. But it is amazing. It's a really nice smell. So it's a foodie candle. I feel it'll do well in the dining room, the kitchen, but you can put it wherever you want, your living room. It's a very delicious candle. Somebody's going to walk into your house and sort of, they're not going to not notice this. It's very good on the throw. I would give this probably 7 to 8 out of 10. A really good one on the throw. I was very pleased with this one. And like I say, it's not going to go unnoticed when somebody walks into your home. I personally had a friend round a couple of weeks back and I had this burning inside the living room when we were sat out in the conservatory. And when we walked back through, you could really smell it. And she was like, wow, God, that is gorgeous. I really like it. She said it's one of her favourites that I've got. And you can really smell it. And I think it is a great one when you've got people coming over. It's, I mean, not many people, you know, don't like the smell of cherries. It's, yeah, quite an enticing, fresh, it's beautiful. So another question I had was, how is this compared to Black Cherry? As we know, Yankee Candle do one called Black Cherry, a classic one. These are two very different candles. Yes, they both smell of cherry, but the Black Cherry one is it's definitely more intense and syrupy, rich. Whereas this one, it is a tart cherry, quite sweet, with that freshness running through it. And like I say, like I get a sparkling sort of note from it. They are two different candles, and yes, you need them both. If you like cherries, you do need them both. I love this one. I really, really do. And all the family do. They've all commented on it, said how beautiful it is. Every now and again, because that's what I like with these Yankee candles. When they're lit and they're burning, you can pick up the notes in them. But you can get different ones at different times. You might have had it burning for an hour, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm getting a bit of this through now. That's why sometimes, like here it says the sweet citrus. I haven't got that yet, but I'm sure at some point or another, it will come through to me. And this reminds me of, well, if you live here in the UK, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But we used to have tunes, cherry tunes, when you've got a cold. And this definitely smells of cherry tunes, but without the menthol. But you do get that vibe of like a sort of cherry, almost like a cherry cough sweet sort of vibe from this, but in a nice way. But it's beautiful, it's well done, it's all blended well and comes across, very sort of smooth, and it's just gorgeous. Honestly, this is one that I'm going to stock up on. So not only am I going to be repurchasing it, I'm going to be stocking up on this because I want this one in my collection. I have to say this has now got into one of my favourites of this year. We've had, obviously my top one was the maple syrup so far, but I'm loving this, really am loving this. And it is a winter vibe with this. I don't know whether I would go so far to say, it does remind me of Christmas, obviously because it's got a bit of cinnamon in there, but definitely winter time. But I think you could still get away with this other times of the year, being a foodie candle. I just feel that you can. And I don't always believe that summer candles should be for summer and, winter for winter, etc. I just believe that whatever vibe you're looking for, to go with. So I hope the lighting's all right because it's actually getting quite dark out here now. I'm sat in my conservatory, but it is going a bit dark. So yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, I would repurchase it. All the family loved it. They all said it smelled, really delicious and very strong. And like I say, good throw, but not strong where it's overpowering. It's just beautifully done, this one. And I will be lighting this throughout the winter. And like I say, I'm going to be stocking up on it. So if you haven't tried it, you really do need to get out there and try it. This is a 623 gram jar, the large one, and this one burns for around about 150 hours. I just, love it. There's nothing more I can say on this one. So go out and get it and try it and let me know in the comments if you have tried it, what you think of it. So next week, I'm doing a Halloween review, which obviously, as I keep saying, we've got nothing new in the UK. How boring. Thank you, Yankee Candle. Yeah. So I'm going to be reviewing an old one, but as I've said before, it is one of my all-time favourite Yankee candles, especially for the autumn time. I just love it. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that next week. And then the week after, we'll be going on to the last one of the returning favourites, which North Pole. I had to think then for a minute. North Pole. So I'll be doing that. So if you'd like to see that, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss nothing. But yeah, thank you for spending the time, for being with me today. I really do appreciate it and hope you have a good week, whatever you're doing. And I will see you next week. Bye.